Well. What a non-surprise last night was. Launching events on a Sunday really doesn't work, but they are now in-game and fully working. And if you want to know how to beat these events free to play exactly like I'm going to, then join me in this video. What is going on, everyone? I'm BPG and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I make at least 2 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week, usually based around the events within the game. I do sometimes get time to put other videos out as well. So if you find the content in this video helpful, please do consider giving the video a like, subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any other BPG uploads. And if you're new around here or not, I love to hear from each and every one of you. So why not smash a comment down below. So today marks the end of the October month-long meta midnight hunt, and if you had followed all my advice and gone through everything, you should be sat on a grand total of 1,177,250 points at the end of this week. Hopefully you're around that. This was the most generous I think we have ever had an event for a month-long event, so you should be well over the milestone 40 quite easily, even if you missed a couple of days of of participation and stuff. And just to show you that all this works, here we go. There is my 1,176,150, and that was definitely due to me missing a free claim one day, but plenty of overspill to clear all the milestones within the event. And so this begins the Cosmic Awakening, or it's already begun. It begun on Sunday the 3rd of November, but it all went wrong last night. Events didn't launch properly, exactly as we would have thought would have happened. So this month-long event is going to be for Man-Thing. So you're going to be able to get a full unlock 100 shards of Man-Thing by completing this month-long event. The inputs for this event are to collect the Cosmic Elixir. This seems to, certainly this week, only be coming from the Alliance event and the free claims. There's nothing else anywhere else that is giving Cosmic Elixir. Collecting turkeys, this is coming from the main week event and from the there will be apparently some in the battle pass. We'll see what that is when that goes live today. And then you've got your 4 items: the Astral Armor, the Nebula Cloak, the Lunar Scepter, and the Cosmic Key. And the first of the event is called Astral Voyage. So this is week 1 of this new month-long meta. It already started yesterday at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT if you're like me in the UK. However, as I said, it didn't launch very well at all. But now everything apart from the turkey store is now live, so we're all good where that is concerned. This is a 7-day event, so it will finish next Sunday the 10th of November at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT, and it has an associated web milestone. Now this web milestone is going to be the same for the next 4 weeks, so what we do this week will be very similar for the next 4 weeks. And again, it will finish on Sunday, the 10th of November at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT. We also have an Alliance event that has already started called Cosmic Battle. This again started yesterday at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT, and it is a 6-day event. So that will finish on the 9th of November at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT. And we also have this week's Quick Rumble, which is called The Hive. This is going to start on Friday, the 8th of November at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT if you're like me in the UK. And is going to finish on the 10th of November, which is Sunday, at 1 PM PST or 9 PM GMT. And this week you are going to get extra points for blitzing or winning blitz battles with your hive mind characters. Okay, so we are on to Cosmic Battle. This is the Alliance event. Now, this is already live. You will have already scored some points for this because One of the point scoring methods is to collect the Allied Supply 6 orb fragments, and they are coming from the daily free claim. So some of your members of your alliance, if they've already been and collected those, will already have points for this. Did see that last night from a lot of people on Facebook and that going, oh, yeah, my alliance has got points, but I don't know how because Battle World isn't opening for me. That's because Battle World starts today. Battle World is open at 7 p.m. GMT, I believe it is, or 11 a.m. PST. So if you're in America and going off the Pacific time, 11 a.m. PST is when the Battle World will be launching. And I want to give a little bit of advice where Battle World is concerned. Now, Spec Ops is probably going to be the hardest part of Battle World, but please, please, please heed my warning. Do not build things just for Spec Ops in Battle World, because the Spec Ops points are all bonus points. Now, I am going to do a video on Battle World when it goes live later. As long as it's not too buggy, I will get something recorded and we will get it all, I'll get it all done and get a nice video done for Battle World. But so far as I'm aware, to complete a Spec Ops mission, you need to fill all 30 slots in that Spec Ops. So Spec Op 01, you're going to have 6 characters and 5 people need to put one of each, or 5 people need to fill up a character from each one. Unless you do that, you don't score points for it in Battle World itself, so you don't score any Battle World VPs for it. But also, you're not going to score any points in this Alliance event. Let's just take a look at the Alliance event and go through this. So here we have the Alliance event, and unlike the previous Night Raid Alliance events that we've had, I will tell you now, this one is not completable without spending money. To do it, you're going to be earning Allied Supply 6 orb fragments. These are coming from the daily free claim, and as I said, completing a Spec Ops mission in Battle World. It's going to get you 150,000 points. Now, I've got the reasonable free-to-play total down as 265,200. I actually think I've probably over-egged this, especially since I've been doing the Spec Ops sort of assignments for my alliance. And knowing where my alliance is, there are some very obscure Spec Ops that will just throw you off. For example, one of the Spec Ops is to have a Gear Tier 19 Big Time Spider-Man. And this is in Zone 1. In my alliance, we have one person with a Gear Tier 19 Big Time Spider-Man. So there is no way we can complete the Spec Ops on that one because we can't get the 5 people with the Gear Tier 19 Big Time Spider-Man. And I would not recommend upgrading any characters just to complete Spec Ops. One thing about Spec Ops is that is there as a tiebreaker. Those bonus points are there to break the ties between alliances so that the leaderboard isn't as hard to work out. So your reasonable free-to-play total, I've got down as 265,200. I think that's over-egged it slightly. I definitely think that most alliances will be able to get to milestone 15 at 210,000. I think that is a very reasonable score to be able to get to. To get those 265,200 points, though, if you are an alliance that has, a more established group of players with a more established roster, what do you need to do? Well, your to-do list is to complete 6 Spec Ops missions per day and to go to the website and collect the daily free claim, and that is going to be in the description down below. And as you can see here, for the Spec Ops missions, you need 30 Spec Ops missions to score the max points over the 5 days, because there are only 5 days that you can put Spec Ops into the game. The 6th day is just fighting Null. So that is going to mean that you are going to need to do 6 per day, which will score you that 150,000 points. And this is what I'm talking about. So you can see over here on the side, we have alliance missions completed, 0 of 8. And these are the Spec Ops missions. Now, to complete these, you need to send your 6 characters that are in that Spec Ops. So Spec Ops 01, for example, will have 6 characters. And you need to have 5 members of your alliance send one of each of those away to complete that. So you need to fill up all 30 boxes. And that will gain you not only additional Battle World VP, which you can see here, that 720, that 960, that 2160. Now, I believe these are additive VPs. So the first one you do will add another 720 VP. The next one will add another 960 VP, and so on and so forth. Now, as a player, you can only add 10 characters to Spec Ops. So you can't go and have a few members of your alliance just max out their rosters and cover this all for you. They thought of that little caveat, it would seem. So currently, I think what is reasonable for most alliances will be to complete Spec Ops 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which means that you won't get that complete, you won't get the points limit for the Spec Ops in Battle World for this event. Again, I want to reiterate, no one build for Spec Ops. That is a big resource trap. I am going to try and do a Battle World video once it goes live, as long as it's not too buggy, because I don't want to show you guys buggy stuff like that. But as long as it's not too buggy, I will try and get some footage recorded of Spec Ops and of Battle World itself, so you guys can see what to do on a day-to-day basis. Because again, although we've had these live streams from Scopely and that, I don't think they have given the best information. There is a tool for Spec Ops made by LivePool. I'll leave a link to this down below in the description, and also a link to the video that Dorky Dad did with LivePool on this one. It is a very good tool. I have been using it to do the assignments for Spec Ops for my own alliance. There are a few things that I feel possibly could be better on it if they are actually achievable. I'm going to pass my feedback back to LivePool on that one. But it is a very, very good tool overall. So if you're struggling, go down and use that, or you can join the Jetson Squad Discord or the Boilon Discord, and there are my infographics for each section, and there is certainly on the Jetson Squad Discord a spreadsheet with the Spec Ops requirements on it, and you can just sort of plug your characters into that if you want to do that manually. The other way of scoring, as I said, is the Allied Supply 6 Orb Fragments. This is going to give you 1,000 per day, which is going to give you 144,000 points. Stellar Conquest. This was an event that didn't launch yesterday like it should have, and we didn't think it would because it didn't go into preview yesterday or on Saturday. So, hey, this event, you are getting your Voyage Orb Fragments. These go directly back into the main event, and the Astral Voyage Milestone points, again, going into that main event for the week. Now, there are 2 ways to get points. On Friday on the blog, they showed only one way, which was to spend turkeys in the turkey store. However, you can also get points for spending candy in the candy store. So go ahead and spend your candies now that this is alive and working. There are 30,000 Astral Voyage Milestone points in this event and 10,000 Voyage Orb Fragments. So that's going to give you 40,000 points towards the Astral Voyage event. And your to-do list is to spend turkeys in the turkey store, spend candy in the candy store up to 300,000. Now, unfortunately, the turkey store is not open yet. That will go live hopefully tonight, I would say. So once it is, we will take a look at that and put something out about that. And that event leads into Astral Voyage. And in this, there are a lot of scoring mechanisms for the free-to-play. You have Earn Voyage Orb Fragments. That is a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, these Voyage Orb Fragments are coming from not only the web milestone, but also campaign nodes. So spending campaign energy on the campaign nodes. And again, this was wrong last night. So yeah. Participate in Battle World, which is basically win or lose a Battle World battle. Use Undying in War. Now, this was still working as of an hour ago. You do not have to use them in War. You could actually go into the Blitz and use your Undying in Blitz and score those 8,000 points. So again, another part of the event that wasn't working. However, you were still needing to go into War to score points with your Zombie Iron Man at 5, 6, and 7 yellow stars, and your Zombie Juggernaut at 5 yellow stars. Now, I think this is quite reasonable. Should be quite reasonable for most mid-game players. You know, there are a lot of people that I've spoken to who have a 5 yellow star Zombie Juggernaut now. So hopefully that will be yourself as well. Our reasonable free-to-play total in this is 120,804 points. That is slightly down from Friday, but there is a reason for that because I've changed a few bits. Your to-do list this week is to spend 100 power cores on campaign energy, win or lose 1 Battle World battle per day, do your 8 war battles with your Undying team, and to go and collect your daily free claim. And that 120,000 points, that will get you all the way down to milestone 14, which is going to get you the event item. It is going to get you 15 Zombie Scarlet Witch shards. It'll get you some dark promotion credits. It'll get you some turkeys. It'll get you a few other bits and pieces. Now, personally, I do not think that the energy investment, which is about 4,500 energy, is worth the push for milestone 15, especially as we know that next week there is going to be another campaign energy spending event, and this event is going to be to unlock Oath, who is probably a more important member than Zombie Scarlet Witch. As you can see here, there are a lot of other inputs. There is to do a war battle with Zombie Juggernaut at 6 yellow stars, 7 yellow stars, Zombie Scarlet Witch at 5, 6, and 7 yellow stars if you are a spender and have bought her. For me personally, I think this is a get the event item and get out. I don't think the push is worth it for the extra Zombie Scarlet Witch shards or the 5 million gold. That's a lot of resource, that 4,500 energy. That is a lot of power cores if you haven't already saved energy, or if you have already saved energy, that's a lot of energy that you're going to waste just to get those Zombie Scarlet Witch shards. So our known points, we've got the web milestone giving us 40,000 points. We have the Battle World win losses. We need to basically win or lose 1 Battle World battle per day. And your Undying points are here. We're going to get 8,000 points from using the Undying in War and a total of 15,000 points from using Zombie Iron Man at 7 yellow stars in a war battle and using Zombie Juggernaut at 5 yellow stars in a war battle. And then your campaign energy, here we go. 2 50 core refreshes, so that 100 cores is going to give you 24,304 of the Voyage Orb fragments. Now, the Voyage Orbs aren't too bad. They do contain mini uniques for the Crimson Gear, so the Gear Tier 19 mini uniques. They do contain some of the Origin gear for the Crimson Gear. And they do contain Dark Diamonds or Dark Promotion credits. So they are a decent orb where resources are concerned, but they are not anything that I would really push myself hard on just to get. And your final part is your daily free claim. This is 500 Voyage Orb fragments coming into you every day, so that is going to give you 3,500 points there. Final thoughts. So I really do hope that Battle World launches well today. The events launching yesterday and launching wrong do not give me much hope. Now, it took them nearly 5.5 hours, I believe it was, to fix the events. Now, I know it was a Sunday. I know it's not something that they should have been paged for just because the events didn't go live, but had they thought about it, they wouldn't have had those issues if they'd launched it on a Monday, because they would have all been in the office to have fixed those events as they went on. And especially as there was a 2-hour window between Battle World starting and the events starting, they could have just, I know what they've done. They've launched it on a Sunday so that when Battle World launches tonight, people aren't going to complain that they go in, do their Battle World battles, and don't get any points for it. I completely get that, but it did cause a headache for them last night, and a bad feeling from, you know, a good vocal majority of the player group. Why don't you let me know what you thought about the events going live buggy last night meant to you down below in the comments. How do you think Battle World's going to go? Are you ready for Battle World later? Again, let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget, if this video has helped you, please do consider leaving a like. And until next time, everyone, stay positive.